Hey boys, this is your daddy. Woo! I have to do the Ric Flair woo. I didn't see him last night. I saw some amazing wrestling, some amazing up and coming talent. It's funny because if I say that, people don't have a problem with, which is the truth. I did see this, but if I said I saw average, people would get upset. People, if I say I saw bad, people get upset. But no, don't get me wrong, boys. That's not what I saw. That's leading into my message for you guys later on. I had a great night. I saw some people that I think could get over on bigger shows easily. I saw some people who I have a strong feeling will move on up the ladder, so to speak. But it ain't all about that. It's about going out there having fun, doing what you do. If you get called to the big show, great. If you don't, do what you do. Make them fans happy. And I did say, I did not see one performer last night phoning in, and that was really impressive considering the fact that it's a smaller show, you know, small venue, and you know, some people will see it as like, I'm not really doing nothing nowhere, all that stuff. I'm in a small little town, I ain't really, off the freeway. I get that, but I can feel it in the energy. I can feel it in the theatrics. Once these guys got out there, once they came from behind that curtain, it was all show. It was all business, and it was so nice and refreshing to see because I actually been to one independent wrestling program probably about a decade ago back, and you can kind of tell who was there to perform. You can kind of tell who was there just to be there to say that their name and I've wrestled in the ring, and honestly, I can't say I saw a guy last night, and this is not just blowing up gas up anyone's butt or anything. I did not see one guy phoning in. And I mean, obviously, there was a few moves that were because it's still, everybody working on their getting the game moves that weren't sold, you know, convincing enough. But for the most part, I mean, even if it wasn't sold, these guys threw their bodies at each other. It was pretty awesome. And it was awesome knowing that I helped set up that ring. You know what I'm saying? That these guys are able to do what they did because of what I did. It's just all around great feeling to be part of the process. Um, got a few souvenirs I want to show you boys. First of all, I got this. Yeah. That's the promo poster for the event I went to. Happy Halloween. It was, like I said, it was a great match. Or great show. There was one guy that fit the Halloween theme perfectly. I believe his name was Scarecrow, and he looked freaky enough. Big guy came out, kind of had like a um, cross between Neverending Story, that big old flying thing, and mask with Scarecrow, a little bit Bray Wyatt edge to him, and if he had a chainsaw, I would have ran out the building because I'm in Texas. I wasn't about to run into Leatherface. It was boys. If you don't know who Texas Chainsaw Massacre is, you gotta look it up. I mean, he had that little creepy vibe to him, and it sold really well to the crowd. It was awesome. And I also got one more souvenir. Ta-da! And your new Texahoma champion, Will All Day. I actually paid for that one because I didn't expect to get anything for this show, and I was graciously given a little bit of pocket change, and I felt that just being there was good enough for me, and I didn't actually feel completely right taking the money. So, not saying I don't want to get paid again in case any of you guys are watching. That's fine. But it was like I was cutting my teeth. I got to hang out with some cool people, have some very interesting conversations. Um, I got to talk to this one guy. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. I think it's like Ron Dog or Red Dog or something like that. And we talked for a while. Amazing guy. He has some great pictures of him back in WCW days and over in Japan. And it was just all the way around a great time. And I didn't want to taint that by getting paid for it, because when you love what you do, sometimes you do it without getting paid. Not saying that at the end of the day you shouldn't get something more than just a smile and a pat on the back, but um, so I went and bought the champs shirt. And for the other wrestlers on the roster, it wasn't just because he's a champ. He actually took time out, took a picture with me, which for my boys, which is great. And so when I was got handed the money, which I didn't expect, um, he was one of the last people there, and he, like I said, that's he literally is all day. He was one of the first people to arrive. He was so all day and all night, I guess you can call him, because he was the first person, one of the first wrestlers to arrive, and one of the last wrestlers to leave, and he just seemed like an all around good guy, and so I felt obligated, mentally, physically, whatever you want to call it, just spiritually. I just needed to give back even more because they gave one hell of a show, and I couldn't think of any way to do it. I couldn't split the money up 22 ways or how many wrestlers were there, and he's the one there, and like I say, all day is an all around good guy, and I had a blast. I only talked to two wrestlers. It was him and um, Miranda Gordy. She's the daughter of um, Bam Bam Gordy from the WWE heydays. I think WCW actually. I don't remember which one he was in actually. It's been a while since I've. Um, he was a good old days back when the Freebirds and Ric Flair, Nikita Koloff. He around those good old days, and it was kind of funny. And if someone's watching who happens to know her, I gave her, and it wasn't advice, it wasn't criticism, it was just an idea, and I thought it'd be kind of cool. And boys, you can tell me when you get older, if you thought this is cool. Her name is Miranda, right? And I was thinking, climb the top turnbuckle with the 10 punch. Everybody loves that when you got your opponent in the corner and you do the 1, 2, 3. But I was thinking it'd be kind of cool. She just lifted her right hand first. She get him in the corner. She looks around, lifted up for the crowd to see. Yeah, anybody want me to read her rights? Because it's Miranda and she gives him some rights. And that was just it's kind of kept catchy. She smiled like she thought it was entertaining, but true be, she probably heard that 100 times. And we fans think we're original. you know, you should have done this. You should. No, I didn't tell her what she should have done. She done great out there. I didn't try to tell her what she should have done. Um, I was just, hoping. My attempt was to add some salt and pepper, and some seasoning, some Johnny seasoning or whatever, some Texas rub or something. That little bit to the already delicious Texas barbecue. Just that little seasoning, because I don't know, just as soon as I saw her name Miranda, I thought Miranda Rights, and almost everybody, if you know anything about the law, Miranda Rights, and you got the right to remain silent. You got the right to, And I was thinking, no, she don't give them less. She give them Miranda Rights. There's just I just see T-shirts, I see all kinds of fun stuff out. It just seems cool. Anyways, um, but for you guys, you boys, mwah, mwah. I love you guys, and I miss you every single day. Um, the thing is, what I was gonna talk to you guys about today is opinions. There's a expression I heard a while back, um, and I can't say it because I don't want to get censored. But I'm gonna say the safe version. Opinions are like booty holes. Okay, everybody has one, and most stink. Okay, and so I've had to learn, and it was really tough. Learning this growing up, it was tough last night, because I didn't have no opinions that stunk. But I think everybody kind of assumes the worst now in this generation. Um, if you walk up and say, "Hey," and I'm not talking about the rest. I'm talking just in general, boys. If you walk up to someone and say, "Hey, you could have," something here, you could have, or you should have. People just, yeah, they get defensive, and you could say, you could have took an extra $10 out of there. They don't want to. I mean, even though that's a positive thing, you say, "Hey, can I get $20?" Well, you could have. No, no, I was gonna say you could have taken an extra 20 if you wanted. Oh, okay. People get that defense up first, and I think the reason why people do it is because when I was a kid, the terms like snarky didn't exist. And I mean the fact that your generation, well, actually not your generation, I guess this in between generation right now, had to come up with a word to describe how people are being jerks to people without just saying being a jerk. I mean, I knew what being a jerk was. I know what being a butt was, another term for it. But snarky, you know what I mean? It reminds me of the word shark, like someone's just swimming through the water, you know. And I don't know if that's where snarky comes from, but it sounds, swim through the water. And what when you see a shark, get the hell out of the water, right? It's that simple. A shark ain't gonna play around. It's gonna attack you. And so I think that's what snarky. People they wait around until they find the victim. Someone who's already down and hurt. Because sharks don't go for stuff unless it's got to be alive and bleeding or something like that, right? So they wait and just find someone who's already hurting or someone they see as a victim and snark attack. And so it's boys, you just gotta be careful what you say. I know you guys, when you first watch this video, you might not even understand like what I'm saying sometimes, and you might not get the terms or the words I use. But as you get older, like I said, I think some of these videos are set in place to be tools of wisdom when you get older. And so, try to avoid the snarks. You can sense them as time goes. You'll figure out who they are, and just do your best. That's all you can do. I mean, just be honest with people. Some people don't want to hear honesty. A lot of people don't. I've had a few hard, honest truths told to me, and um, I think the hardest truth I've ever been told, it was 10 years ago, maybe a little bit over 10, probably about 15 years ago, and I was engaged to get married, and things went wrong. It went south like real fast, and she said to me, she looked me in the eye and said, because I was, of course, trying to keep the relationship alive and hanging on for dear life, and she said, just because I love you, don't mean I have to be with you. And I was like, that don't make no sense. If you love me, why don't you want to be with me? Because I was hurt. But it's a truth that's harsh. It's a truth that, nevertheless, it's still the truth. And it hurt, but I understand it now. So sometimes when people say something to you, Romeo, I think you'll be a big, tall man. Some people might say, at some point you're fat, you're too big or whatever. Even if you don't agree with them, hear them out. Because let's keep it real. I mean, if you gain a little bit, boy, it's nice for someone to point it out and not in a negative way, of course, but work on it. But they might not be telling the truth. Who knows? They might just be jelly. Jealous. Sorry, that's jelly is our term this generation. They might be jealous. Who knows? But you do you, and look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, did that let the midsection go a little bit? Do I need to work out a little bit more? And if you feel they're wrong, boy. And Cass, I think you're gonna be a brainiac. Just something about you oozes charming and brains, and if you end up being that way, and someone try to hate on you, because one thing happened to me a lot growing up. Oh, you don't sound black. Okay, what exactly am I supposed to sound like then? Oh, you don't talk like regular black people. I mean, all the way around it was insulting to me. I mean, do I not look black? It's like, can you not get? I mean, what do I have to get like a suntan lotion or something? I mean, I'm black. It's clear as day. But I got told stuff like that, and at first it hurt a lot, and then when I became a voice actor later, um, I'm the one who created the voice acting team. I'm the one, the director. I wrote the material, everything, and I come to realize something. I don't sound that black. It's just funny because like I couldn't do my black characters justice. So what they were saying is I didn't sound stereotypical black, media version black, and it's fine. I can live with that. But the way they were telling me, it came off as very rude. But I don't think maybe some of the people told me it had the right way to word it, and a lot of people aren't gonna have the right way to word it, boys. So you gotta weed through it. You gotta look at it and take it for what it is. I'm pretty sure even when I said something to Miranda right last night, I was nervous. I mean, this is her, umpteenth show or whatever, and you know, I'm nervous. This is my first show, and so hopefully I didn't sound stupid. Hopefully I didn't sound rude. I wasn't. That was not my intent. But you just gotta weed through it and take what's good from it, and maybe the right, maybe the wrong. But like I said, when I became a voice actor, it's just, I guess people expect black people to have a deeper voice, come off like this, and you know what I'm talking about, and then use a little bit more slang, sucker. You know what I'm saying? Pitiful. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just not my normal voice. That's not who I am when I talk to you. You guys know my voice. You know my voice before you came out. You know my voice when you're in the womb. So it's the only voice that you can associate with being black for the most part. So I hope I sound black enough to you. But boys, that doesn't even matter that much. You know what? As long as I sound daddy enough to you, right? That's all that matters. I love you, boys, and I'll talk to you later. Mwah.